Well, good morning. You know, speaking of coaching, I don't know if you know this, we have a special guest here today. Mayor Quentin Lucas is the mayor of Kansas City. Is here with us. So, hey, he's a good man. He's a good man. So you can root for the Raiders and still like this guy a lot. So go with that. Can I just say, you just witnessed, what courage looks like. You witnessed Caitlin Joshua, someone who should have been left to not have to publicly talk about her personal health decisions, who should not have the government in her exam room, who should be able to have those decisions made by qualified medical personnel who are trained to make those decisions. But because of what Donald Trump did, Caitlin Joshua is traveling the country showing courage to make sure what happened to her doesn't happen to anyone else. So we owe you a great deal of gratitude. And for some of you, I had the great privilege as a member of Congress to serve with this incredible member of Congress. Dina Titus is a fighter for this state. I know Steve Horsford's not here, but he's right there with them. And you have to, not just for Nevada, but for the entire country, you need to send Jackie Rosen back to the Senate. Make sure you get that done. You have to. I know Representative Ledger Fernandez is with us, folks that are working. We've also been joined by the Honorable Julie Su, who's out there working like mad to get things done. Thank you. This is somebody who understands that it's labor that built the middle class. And when the middle class is strong, America's strong. So thank you. And I just want to say to each of you, look, it's a beautiful Sunday morning. There's lots of stuff going on, but here you are. You're here because you love the country. You're here because you understand the fight that's in front of us. You clearly understand, and Caitlin laid it out clearly. You know where they're headed with this. You know what they're doing. Donald Trump brags about this. And just to be clear, the data is very clear on this. States like Texas, maternal mortality rates have shot through the roof. It's elsewhere. And these are folks, be very clear, there's no exceptions. The counterpart to me, just think about this. There's 350 million people in this country, and the next vice president is either going to be J.D. Vance or me. I lose sleep over that. I lose sleep over that. But look, you couldn't have a greater contrast in this. And I'm going to speak to a minute for the guys that are here. My pro tip of the day for the guys, which it's obvious many of these guys already figured it out, is if you want to have things work well for you in life, surround yourself with smart women and listen to them. That's what you do, and listen to them. But I also want to thank these men for being here, because what they understand is, for the women that they love and women across this country, this election is literally, those loved ones' lives are at stake in this. Those women's lives are at stake in this. You just heard it. This happens across the country. I had earlier this week a chance to sit down with another woman who should have her private life private, but couldn't because of that. A young woman named Hadley Duvall, who as a young child of 12 was raped by her stepfather and was told by her state in Kentucky that she would need to carry that to pregnancy, risking her life of where it would be. Now, J.D. Vance said no exceptions to rape and incest, because he said two wrongs don't make a right. Let me be very clear about this. There's not one damn thing right about what happened to Hadley Duvall. And I'll be damned if I want to be lectured by Donald Trump or J.D. Vance about loved ones in my life, about anything for sure. The one thing I think we all need to be very clear about is where we stand up, and I hear these little ones here, and it's wonderful. Just to be clear, they're not stopping with this, and I will just let you all know this. They're coming after contraception. They're coming after infertility treatments. And my wife and I struggled with that for years, finally had our daughter Hope. And I'll be damned if I will have them make those decisions for you about your family and what you do. And let's be clear, the protection of health care in the ACA, the protection and the ability to provide early childhood education, the ability to be able to provide paid family and medical leave so that when you have that child, you can be with them. And we did something in Minnesota that the Vice President wants to do for the whole country. Every child in Minnesota, when they go to school, they get free breakfast and lunch every single day. So let's be very, very clear. I will not be lectured by those guys about family values, because they do not have it. The folks here have that. So look, you know the assignment. This thing's going to be close. It's going to come down to a few votes per precinct. in about a handful of states, Nevada being one of those. The issues that are at reproductive rights that we're here for, but it extends to worker rights. It extends to environmental justice. It extends to making sure that we're making decisions where we're protecting democracy throughout the world. Donald Trump has descended into madness over the last few weeks. And I think some of you don't miss on this. Go do your Google on this. Donald Trump's got this big rally going at Madison Square Garden. There's a direct parallel to a big rally that happened in the mid-1930s at Madison Square Garden. And don't think that he doesn't know for 1 second exactly what they're doing there. So look, we said we're all running like everything's on the line because it is. It is. And I've been saying for the last 3 months or so that there'll be plenty of time for all of us to sleep when we're dead. Now is not the time. Now is not the time. So I want to say I'm proud to be on the team with Kamala. I'm proud to be on the team with you. The door knocks you're making very possibly could be the difference between electing Kamala Harris and moving us into a positive future or the nightmare of Donald Trump. So when you're out there today, there's going to be a time, I keep talking about this, and there's some young folks here too, but there's going to be a time we're sitting on the porch in that rocking chair, and there's going to be some little ones around us, and they're going to say, what were you all doing back in 2024 when you stopped Donald Trump? And your answer is going to be every damn thing we could. So get on the doors, get this done, let's win this thing.